nowadays, I don't know, like the women aren't that interesting. You know what I'm saying? The aesthetics get old.
Damn, you in LA saying that, huh?
The aesthetics get old. Yeah, honestly, because it's just like, I mean, you see the same thing. It's like all the girls, they look alike. Everybody, they dress alike, they put the same makeup, they put the same everything on.
Fenty.
But it's like,
What do we desire in your significant other? Characteristics, like...
I would say, for me, trust, communication, and faith are probably the three that work for me. I
You sure you're not married?
Right. That sounds like he answered this question a few
like a
times.
married man.
I say that only because the physical part, like that's kind of a given.
Table stakes.
Yeah, that's your initial attraction to the person anyway. But
So you're talking about going
those,
deeper.
for me, like those three things, like I gotta have. Now she's gotta be intelligent. She's got to, have. I gotta enjoy being around her, like as a person. But those are probably the three things that I look for, like somebody I can trust, somebody I can communicate with, and somebody I can share my faith.
Question: as the single guys here, do we have too many characteristics or attributes that we need to check off to make someone our girl? Do you think you have that?
It's three too many?
No. I'm saying. I'm just asking, like, is that the reason why we're single, or are we not focused?
I'm picky, but I don't.
I'm just
think
curious because you know that it can be twisted around the other
yeah,
way all the time.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
like, so we can say some women are too picky, and that's why they may not have a
Women do
man.
be too picky.
So I'm just curious. What do you? I mean,
I think as long as she's spiritually, physically, and mentally fit, I'm solid with that. And I think timing is everything, though. I think timing is everything, and I think that's why I'm still in the position that I'm in right now. I think God is like, you know what? This is not the right time. Nowadays, I don't know, like the women aren't that interesting. You know what I'm saying? The aesthetics get old.
damn, you in LA saying that, huh?
The aesthetics get old. Yeah, honestly, because it's just like, I mean, you see the same thing. It's like all the girls, they look alike. Everybody, they dress alike, they put the same makeup, they put the same everything on.
Fenty.
But it's like, what I look for is like what's underneath it, and not many people have like something of substance, because we're all like materially obligated to like our phones and internet and how many followers, how many likes. So it's like people aren't real humans anymore.
So is the question that a lot of women you feel like are just like not at the same level you are? Mentally?
Yeah, I think so, especially my age. I'm probably gonna have to date like a 35-year-old or something.
That's what you need to start.
I love that.
You gotta stop
That's probably what I'm gonna have
young
to do.
Yeah.
because you're really mature
But
for
again,
22.
jumping into older women, I think older women have their own
Problems, because if they're old and single, there's a reason
I wouldn't
for
say
that.
problems, but they have their own.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. What just there are no
There's a catch
no
22.
training wheels over here.
Or-
Everyone's out here,
or they ready.
out the lane.
Or they ready, and they just haven't found somebody.
Yeah.
that
And
It's like, you're 35.
go get your
go
30.
get your 35-year-old.
30.
I want to keep tabs on you to understand what happens when you get that 35-year-old,
I don't
because
know.
you're gonna be talking some other. Yeah,
I think
I'm
it'll be
50.
good.
She's gonna be like 70, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, that transitions us into another one. Dating without a plan. So would you date a woman without a
Hell
plan?
no,
It sounds
never.
When you
pointless.
guys met your wives, like what was a mental there? Like was there a plan from the get-go? Did it take some time?
No, hell yeah.
Obviously the plan has some curves and some U-turns and what have you.
Man, it started off with me, man. If you can handle this happy hour, I'll take you to a happy hour with these $2 wells, and
I didn't know where you were going for a second.
I'm finna tell you, all right? This is my plan. This was my dating plan. That's how
Here
I
we
knew my
go.
wife
We're gonna get
was
into
with
the first date too.
All right, yeah. So if you can handle me taking you to this $2 wells and this half price appetizer, and you on trip,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Nah, I had that one time. I was like, hey, can we meet for like some coffee? I didn't really know her.
just
Can we meet for some coffee? And she was like, yeah, I don't do that. Like,
Yeah,
I want to go
so-
to dinner
right.
off.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like,
So
okay.
that's a red flag from the beginning.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I
And then-
just picked that up though. I used to just trick. and just
quick question. Do you guys think it's a problem, like, if you guys split the bill on the first date?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Are you cool with that?
No, I'm fine with that.
A lot of women now, there's
Hold up. We have real gentlemen here.
Don't do that.
He just threw shit.
No, he was like, y'all cool with that? He said, yo, I want to hear what you, I want to hear it.
I mean,
I
if
think
we
it-
just
what-
friends.
Right. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
I'm curious.
If I'm dating, you're possibly interested.
Is
if
that
I'm
an
nice.
indicator?
Does
If y'all
it
split,
depend- does
or
it
if
depend
you
on how
take
it
it?
goes, though?
Yeah.
I mean, well, I'm old school, so if I'm interested enough
Even
to
a
take
first
you
date?
out, like a first date could be at the crib. So
Okay.
like, if I'm
See,
interested
old
enough
school,
to take you
yeah.
out, then I'm going into it knowing like I'm gonna pay for the. You might not get the
Your
second
wife
one.
is happy as hell right now. She's like, that's my boy.
Nah, but I mean,
Oh
there's,
my God.
To the crib.
Right?
Here's my rules. If we go on a first date, this is all. When the check comes, this is all I need you to do.
a reach. You just
reach.
need
You
a,
do.
it's a reach.
Get out of here.
I
I
got
got
it.
this. But that reach shows me intention.
I like the reach. I agree.
No, that's
I
true.
agree.
But sometimes they know that. They'll
That-
reach and they don't even got their
Yo,
purse.
we playing the
They'll-
game.
they'll
you
reach
playing
for
the game.
nothing. They'll be like,
The gesture.
Not smart enough, but when
No,
you
when it's
go,
over, you're like, I see you don't got shit over there.
hey,
Gesture. I'm cool with
But
it.
even with
She
the
was
reach
trying.
though, you think
Yeah,
you
the
know
reach.
whether
I'm
it was
here.
real or fraud.
Right. You
Right.
was like, right. I appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah, but just
Hey,
appreciate it.
I
I got it. Don't worry about
You
it.
give me the
Don't worry
reach.
about it.
I respect the reach, and especially sometimes the lady takes the bill all day, and I'm like, wow, this is we in a different game when she
How-
takes the
How do
first.
y'all
By the way, I didn't
feel
say I
funny.
didn't
That feels
pay. I
funny
was
to
just
me.
asking.
It feels
No,
funny.
yeah.
Because he was like,
How do y'all feel when the woman pays? though?
Well, no, he
Like,
That's what I'm
was
saying.
she-
Feels
he
like
looked at.
I don't.
I feel
He's
funny.
like, we don't even split.
I don't even feel. I've never had that experience. I'm like, it sounds funny to me because.
Really?
Yeah, I just.
That's
I don't know.
How long you been married?
3.5 years.
But how long have you guys been dating? Or
So
like together?
we 7,
7 years.
and then, and as far as you
damn.
asked about having a plan, like.
Yeah, we got off topic.
no. Thinking when we first started dating, like, I just knew it was different. As corny as it sounds, like, I'm really actually proud to say that my wife is like the only woman I ever courted.
Mhm.
You know, like I didn't even realize that till we were like into the process. Because you know, I guess when you're thinking about a plan, you're like, all right, this is the spot I go to.
Mhm.
I'm gonna show her it is.
Right, $2 wells.
You know,
Yeah. Okay.
Back
I
to
was
the
gonna ask you
crib.
what you meant by plan, like a long-term plan, or just like planning that first date, or
I mean, it could be both ways. It could be like, do you have a plan when you are trying to just like find a partner? Do you have a
Okay.
plan once you find that partner?
Right,
like
right.
for the gents who are married here, like obviously you had a plan. I'm guessing.
Mhm.
You guys wouldn't be married this long. If
It
not,
depends on the environment too, though.
What do you mean?
Like where you meet the woman.
he's like, if you in a club, my
Yeah,
plan,
yo,
my
plan
plan
is
for
to-
that night
Yo.
might
Yeah.
be different than the
I-
plan if
I
I'm
agree.
there at church.
I was telling my homegirl yesterday, it's all about the environment, the situation.
Right.
Like if you meet someone out and about at the club, that's very different than being at a kickback and your friend introduces you to someone because y'all in the same industry or they just think you guys have something in common. So
A lot of different factors
Yeah,
going in.
man, I prefer
going in this
kickback
plan.
more than a
Oh, yeah.
than a club. You
Oh,
know,
yeah, definitely.
like I think the vibe is much better. You know, with someone you can talk to them. Hell, and you gotta holler at them,
Mhm.
stuff like that when y'all standing this close.
mhm.
You know, so I think like Stu said, I think it's the environment.
Okay.
You know that kind of helps you create, your plan of action.
And what about the outside factors? The mom, the friends, your friends, like how does that work into the plan or like how you vet if this person's right for you?
People got to get along. I personally don't put too much into what the other people think,
Her friends.
or my
Okay.
it's now they got to be able to get along, and like
Mhm.
if there's friction with somebody that's like not going anywhere, your mom or like a
Mhm.
sibling or something, like obviously you got to address that. But I mean, I listen to other people. Like, okay, do you like her? Do you not like her? Like, what are
What do
some
you
things
think?
you
Yeah.
notice? But at the end of the day, it's about like how I feel and
Mhm.
how like do I get along with this person and
Mhm.
am I happy with this person? Because
But it gets. I'm
No, I'm sorry.
cut you off. I feel like it gets when you get married and start a family. Like it gets deeper than that because you can like and get along with that
Mhm.
person all you want, but you're not just getting in a relationship with them. You get in a relationship with their siblings. You get in
True.
a relationship with
Man,
them.
yeah.
You get in a relationship with their history. So like
Yeah.
when we first started dating, it's like I'm battling your childhood history and your father not being there, and how that affects your trust issues. So like, you know,
Exactly.
and that really showed itself early in our dating. So that was just something that we had to like work on and get over. So you do, like, when you get more serious with a woman, you do definitely, you're taking on all of that. Not just it's great when we kick it and everything is cool, but you know, it's much deeper than that.
Yeah, that does play a factor too.
And I was gonna say, sometimes you gotta listen to like the outside voices that's closest to you, because when you first meet a woman, you're in that infatuation stage. You're under an emotion. You can't see anything else, but they're on the outside looking in. They're like the choppers, you know what I'm saying? They can oversee the entire city, and they're like, nah, don't do that, don't do that. So you should definitely.
Anyone have any like good advice that you've gotten from somebody about someone? You're like, man, I'm glad I took that advice, or man, I should have taken that advice.
Like about somebody specifically, or about like general dating advice?
Both.
Yeah.
Let's
see.
I'm trying to think.
No advice?
Yeah, no. I have like some of my boys that give me like, you know, the inside scoop on her history, and I'm like, all right, thank you, say no more. Like,
yeah,
say less.
They give you the Carfax?
The Carfax.
The background check. The background check.
I get that Carfax right away.
Background check.
Mileage check.
Right away.
Oil clean. Check the tires. Kick the tires a little bit.
Yeah, man. You always, man, especially when I was dating, man, it was man, you got to throw the name out there, especially, you know, being from where I'm from.
Throw the name out there.
You know, it's kind of small. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's kind of small, and so everybody kind of knows everybody, and so especially if you kind of on the scene like that, man, you got to throw a name out there, man. Somebody's gonna know who she is.
Right.
Where she went to school, who she dated before. You know what I'm saying? What she doing now. So man, you get that background check, man, and then you can go home and do some soul searching, and you can figure this shit out. You know, so it's yeah. I think that's the best way that I've gotten my advice. It hadn't really been necessarily, I say, like straight up advice. Man, it's been more or less like
some smell test.
Yeah, like dog, I don't know, man. She
be careful.
Yeah.
I probably just learned from my own like mistakes and successes. Like just you see what
few
works.
wins in there.
I mean, I have more wins than losses. I have more wins.
You know what I mean. I'm like, give yourself the wins, take it.
I just, you know, like you learn from, because it's also what works for you. Like it's not just, you know, you can apply like general dating, you know, practices or things or whatever, but you know, maybe I like somebody else don't, or vice versa. Maybe I come off a certain way that somebody else doesn't, and something may work for them that doesn't work for me. So, yeah, I'm a big trial and error guy.
Yeah, you gotta know what your deal breakers are. You gotta know what you know, what you can deal with, what you can't. You know, like you said, some people can deal with stuff more than you may not be able to deal with. So, man, you gotta know what's right for you.